party people! Hello! It is Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I'm here today to show you the roundup video for Sam's Bead Box Market Marvels. So that's what we're going to do today. I don't have, actually I didn't count how many items I have, but we'll take a look at all of them. I still did have beads left over from the box. Excuse me. And so I didn't use all of them, but I did do quite a number of projects. I think another bunch of projects could have been made, but at this point we're moving into October. It's spooky season and things to do. So let's jump down to the mat, get this part started. Okay, I'm gonna spin this so you can see me. Here we are on the mat. Zoom out just a bit. All right, so first things first, let's take a look at these guys. So these guys, excuse me, these guys actually have their own designated video for Sam. So I did an unboxing and then I did a tutorial video on these stretch bracelets, and now I'm doing the roundup video. So let's just zoom it on in. If you missed that, these are just stretchies. These are on, I believe it was 0.1 or 0.7. 0.7 doubled up Alonga cording, okay, from Bead. And I used the stretch cord needle to put these on. If you saw the video, you saw all of that, but for those of you who didn't see it, so that needle, from Bead. I don't know if I have one up here to show you. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I do. Here it is. We're in the upstairs today. I guess you guys probably gathered that. So right here is your needle. These are from Bead. I don't believe they're very expensive. This one is the larger one. I believe this is a 10, and then I also have an 8. So the reason for that is they make a different size. So once you put your beads on, this is supposed to be the size guide for how large the bracelet is supposed to be. So this is more of a, this is a 10, so this is like maybe more of a men's stretchy bracelet or more of a larger size. And then the 8 turns into be like an average 7.5, right? Your average size. Now, I do think I used the 8 on this one. Put that away. And anyways, those you can get those on Bead along with the Alonga cording. So the Alonga cording is meant to be used with those little needles. So that's the goings-ons with that. It's doubled up. We used the hypo cement on these for stretch bracelets, and I talked about that. This one also has a bead cover on the knot if you are not able to get your knot inside of there. And so these are the first 2 items that we made from the box. So there we go, 2 stretchy bracelets. All right, after that I went on beading by myself, by my onesie. I was beading. And I made this little guy. So this little guy's cute. This guy is made out of beading wire. I don't know if you can see here. Right? Made out of beading wire from Softflex. And I believe this is the fine. I used 3 pieces of the beading wire for this. And the reason for that is so I could make these little kind of details on the side here with these 3 little pieces of seed bead. So I just used all 3 pieces as though they were one, and then once I got here I just split them and put my seed beads. So these 2 are the regular round seed beads, and then these ones are the cubes. And I put this guy in the middle. I did add my own bead caps to this just to kind of make this middle part look a little more finished with this lampwork bead. And I don't know if everybody got the same lampwork bead or if it was different, but this is what mine looked like. Okay. And just use the lobster on there, and yeah, I was pretty happy with this guy. So we've got a little stringing project, if you will. All right. This one is something a little bit different. I was kind of in a front-facing mood this day. Most of the days, I guess, today. So this is what I did with those gold pieces. So I stacked mine up as a front piece, okay, to make basically not a front toggle, but a front hook necklace. This was kind of an interesting situation. What I did here is I used some of our gold I call this Coriana chain or whatever, and I put these beads on here from the box, and then I used, trying to get this to work out here, I used the clamshells down here at the bottom to finish off the chain after I had my beads on, and then I was able to connect my front facing hook to that. So that's how we ended up with that guy. So yeah, he's kind of a stacker, I would think. Kind of a stacker. It's quite long. So there we go. So you could stack other ones in the, you know, in the top. I thought it was pretty cute. Just wire wrapped up these Czech. So that was that guy. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, I got some Mr. Bunsen hairs on my mat here. Okay, then moving on. I have a couple of bracelets. So there's this little guy. This is a knotted bracelet. Again, utilizing the clamshells. I've really been getting into these clamshells. And you know what's really funny to me is that I feel these clamshells have been around a million years, right? And all of a sudden I'm like, these are good. I don't know. But I do like knotting, as you guys know. If you watched this morning's morning coffee, I started another knotting project. So I just did knotting here. I used some of our blue Ceylon, and then these guys. And I was hoping that I would have enough to go around, but you know, that never works out. I think this is all the beads they gave for of this kind. So I just finished it off with this, which I'm not mad at, it's fine. And then I got the little hamps on there. And finished off with a lobster claw. I think I may have another of those, do I? Is this the same? I've got a couple of others. So this is a wire wrapped one. This one is another Ceylon knotted one with the clamshell. And on this one I used the little drops. And I used an Old Faithful clasp. I really like this one a lot. He got a little bit tight on me. He's got to relax a little bit. But I used the little drops and I just kind of capped them with these little tiny spacers that I had. So there you go. The Old Faithful clasp on there. Worked out pretty well. Then we have this guy. This was a wire wrapped one with the lapis stone in the middle. I've also really been into these hooks lately. I don't know why. Got your little hangy down drop. These guys are just wire wrapped. These are those little, the little star Czech glass beads. So I just wire wrapped each of those. Now what I did do here, since I wrapped them on 22 gauge, you know, live and die, I doubled up on the oval jump ring in between just for safety. I did it over here on the hook as well. We're just going to call that a design choice. And then we have our little lapis in the middle. Now, if I remember correctly, we only got one lapis, right? One link. So that's what I did with mine. Looking pretty cute. And then this is the last item that I made. I wanted to use more of the seed beads. Let me just get it together. It's quite long. I wanted to use more of these seed beads and these jaspers. Let me just zoom out. And so I did that. Here, this one is quite long. I think it's like 36 inches when you unravel it. It is also a front toggle. It's not toggle. A front, what do you call this? Hook and eye situation. But with this, you could wrap around. You could wrap around twice and then hook it so it's about, I would say 18 inches, or you could wear it long so you got your 36 or whatever you're doing there, like so. Now this part, I was going to do these earrings, and let me tell you what happened. So these are just Ceylon on this little triple. This is a triple loop guy. And I was like, oh, I'll do earrings. Well, I got to put my stuff on there and I was tying them up. This is just on Ceylon. That's why it's so kind of like wiggly. And I was like, ugh, I don't want to. That's basically what happened. I didn't want to have to make it the same. So I was like, no, it's just going to be a tassel. So it turned into a little tassel. Now this guy, little different situation here. Now you would think beading wire, right? No. This is doubled up wildfire, actually. Doubled up wildfire. And the reason that I wanted to use wildfire, this basically here, the situation is 10 seed beads of mixed, right? So regular and cubes, and then some decky bit. So it's either a bead or it's 3 of these, you know, whatever. But it's 10 and then a bead. So the reason I did that is because I wanted to use my needle because I wanted it to go significantly faster. So I just used the wildfire and doubled it up. I am not scared of that. I mean, there is a little bit of weight on there with the jasper, but it's not super crazy. I mean, I'm not scared. That's up to you. If you wanted to use beading wire, you could, but this is also more, well, originally when I started, I was just going to do seed beads, but then, you know, I couldn't help myself. So this is what happened. So we have this guy, which, I mean, it's fine. I don't know if I'm in love with the tassel situation, but I'm also not really a tassel person. But like I said, I wasn't going to make a tassel, but that's what happened because I'm lazy. So we have these all together now. You know, you could wear these together and stack them. That would be cute. A lot of bracelets. Excuse me. A lot of bracelets. I didn't even really make, I didn't make any earrings, I guess. Gave up on that. So there we go. We have these 2 necklaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 bracelets. Now, if we're being honest about the bracelet part, I like all the bracelets except for maybe this one. This one is not really my favorite, just because I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why this one isn't really my favorite. It's just not. I think this one is probably my favorite if we're being honest about it. Of course, these 2 are going to be the easiest to wear because they just pop on. You know, you could do a stack of some sorts if you wanted. This one I like because it's got the Old Faithful. Again, easy to put on. I'm sorry. For those of you who are not in the Thunder Chatters, an Old Faithful is a ball and socket clasp, which we consider to be the Old Faithful because I love them, use them all the time. So like, this is cute, you know? This one I use a lobster because, you know, I might sell it and I want to have a little bit of options here for sizing because I have a little tiny wrist, but it's still cute. See, if I was to wear this, I would probably take this off, you know, because my wrist is 6 1/4. It's pretty small. It's not even average size, so I would probably just take this off because, oh, it's just dangling out here in my way, you know. But there we go. So, any hoots, these have been your Market Marvels. I did want to go ahead and let you guys know that this is going to be our last roundup for Sam's bead box. We have politely requested to be dropped from the PR list. There's just too many boxes going on. There's too many boxes going on. So this is going to be our last box for Sam's. We came, we saw, we discovered, we found out. This is what we got going on. So this is going to be our last one for the playlist. But, you know, here we are. All right, guys. I hope you're all having a lovely, spectacular, amazing beading day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.